All right. Good afternoon and welcome again to our Wednesday education series. Today we have Nadia Touch. So she's going to impart some amazing wisdom to us. Let me just read her bio. Nadia is a wellness empowerment motivational speaker, author, and accountability coach and trainer. She's originally from St. Petersburg, Russia. She embarked on her professional journey at the young age of 17. And today she's a guiding light for busy professionals who want to build consistency in health, but also want guidance and accountability. She empowers us to establish a successful support system for non-negotiable, healthy self-care, which we all need, in three pillars of health: positive mindset, mindful nutrition, and conscious fitness, so we can finally realign who we truly are and live with joy and power. She's the author of My Power Journal, which is a 3-month personal coaching at your fingertips. She's not only a dedicated community builder, but also a distinguished member of the National Speakers Association and recognized by Influence Digest as the top 15 coach in Dallas in 2024. Let's get ready to be inspired as she shares her vision and her wisdom with us on the topic of own your health to own your life. Let me turn it over to Nadia. Thank you, and it's all yours.
Thank you, Steve. That was humbling to hear my introduction. Okay, so let me go ahead and share this screen with you. And it's coming up. Can you see the screen? Give me a thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Feel free to close your eyes just for a second. Imagine this. You're feeling energized, focused, fulfilled. Stress doesn't overwhelm you. You're achieving your bliss with ease. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it doesn't have to be. When you own your health, you own your life and create a ripple effect in the world of wellness. Feel free to open your eyes if you had them closed. Hi, I'm Nadia Touch. I'm a certified health, life, nutrition, and fitness coach, and I'm passionate about guiding busy professionals who want to take charge in their health. So I'm just curious, go ahead and use the chat if you like. When you hear own your health, what comes to your mind? Let me know. Own my health. What comes to your mind? Go ahead and use the chat. Eating healthy. Okay. Very good. So think about it. When we neglect self-care, it's like trying to drive a car with a flat tire. We are going to struggle. We're actually going to nowhere. We might even break down completely. Self-care is just like filling up the gas tank, pumping up your tires of our lives. Gives us energy, focus, resilience we need to succeed. Studies have shown that self-care can reduce stress, improve mood, boost productivity. And in today's hectic world, it's more important than ever to prioritize self-care. By taking care of our vehicles, I'm talking about bodies, minds, and spirits, we can joyfully and confidently and powerfully enjoy the journey of our lives and create the world of wellness. I am from St. Petersburg, Russia. And I remember myself, shy 5-year-old girl, almost like sitting in a dark corner of my life. And I really developed that shyness feature quite extensively and masterfully. When I moved to this country, I found myself in wellness. It's actually what my major degree is, psychology and education. But I really liked wellness. And at some point, I remember I told myself, well, Nadia, first of all, you need to learn to be able to speak to more than one eye in front of you. That means to develop my ability to public speaking. The other element of it was, how do I take a charge of my business? How do I take a charge of my life where it doesn't feel like I'm running somebody else's show? Anyone here can relate to it. Feels like we are filling everybody else's to-do list, including our clients. And my to-do list is like, wow, it's 11 o'clock. I'm too tired to do anything. That was actually my case. And I remember asking myself a question. So how do I turn that boat into my direction? And in that moment of questioning, the big answer was, you are where you are. Now take it in your direction. And the only way you can do it is by taking care of yourself. That means you've heard an expression, fill your own cup before you fill in anybody else's. Well, let me give you another one. Put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Yeah. And for me, that meant is to develop a successful structure for my self-care. That's when I went into, okay, looking into the mindset, the nutrition and fitness element of it, because all these pillars are important for our engine to run, or the vehicle to stay healthy and maintained. And that's how I developed the Wellness Vortex. You can see the book on the right. What that is a habit change model where we learn 20 non-negotiable wellness habits. They can be different habits, but there are 20 that we do already, just upgrading them, we upgrade our lifestyle. So we use 10 life principles to keep the momentum in the 3 phases of habit formation: foundation, momentum, and mastery. And in fact, I remember I was using it kind of for myself first. And then I started practicing one-on-one with people, just see, does this work? Is it a good model? Then I had small groups running. Then I wrote a book. And recently I did a survey, 90% confidence of the people who walk through this program say, I can be consistent in my wellness habits. So that's really exciting. I know we have very short time, so I'm going to try to teach you as much as I can. It will not be the entire model, but like the best tools that I think will be the most transformational for you to take on. Sure. If you're wondering, just this wellness thing keeps me stuck and I just can't be consistent, I'm constantly on the roller coaster. Maybe you feel like there's a lot of life, social, work pressure. It's just hard to take time to exercise. By the way, use the chat. Let me know which ones resonate with you the most. Maybe it's just I can't figure out how to, or even take time to cook, to prepare healthy meals. And by the way, there's a lot of diets and everybody says it's the best diet ever. Which one is mine? How about the time management? How do I finally figure this stress and time management thing out? So if you're questioning, you're in the right place. So let me teach you exactly the tools I'm using for myself and others. Okay, so the first question most of the people asking, I can't stay consistent. What do I do? I know health is important. And why do I continuously struggle with that? Like eating healthy, cooking. Anybody here? Feel free to raise your hand, knock your head. I'm watching the videos, the screens. Okay. Let me tell you that it is not our fault. Fast food, global sales reaching from 862 billion in 2020 to projected to grow. I could not even figure out how to say that in my second language by 2028. We are being busy and overwhelmed. It's like a norm. In fact, I don't know if you saw me, I was chuckling because when you asked each other, how are you? The answer was busy. It's such a social norm. But what happens is that 80% of Americans report they're feeling overwhelmed at least once a week. I was like, wow, really, once a week? I think it's every day. 45% of adults are stressed or can't function, anxiety, stress, overeating. But also, let's think about the youth, what it creates for them. Sedentary jobs or lifestyle. Over 80% of Americans spend more than 8 hours a day. Do you know that we eat extra 700 calories a day? So what it can lead to: heart disease, stroke, diabetes, obesity. And this one, my least most favorite, too many health offerings. This health industry is so hyped right now, and that makes me actually run away opposite direction. And then we do nothing. When we're confused with so many options, guess what we do? Nothing. So it's not your fault, not our fault. It's just what society brings us. It's like a normal way of being right now. Everyone is overwhelmed, busy, and it's just the way it is. So we are actually consistent. It's just our responses to modern demands need to be upgraded. You got it? Picture this. Our body, in fact, we have an operating system. So imagine I'm going to be referring to our body. I mentioned vehicle, but vehicle also has an operating system, or the computer. Our brain is that operating system. It's really designed for us to function based on our habits. This is a habit loop. I just kind of opened the circle into a straight line. Habit loop has 4 steps. Cue: something is happening, or it's 11 p.m. My body is really reacting. I'm tired. There's a step 3. I have a choice how to act. But the step 4, my body is always looking for reward. By the way, reward is not going vacation. Reward might be just something really fast. Oh, let me have like a piece of cake. It's still in the fridge, or frozen ice cream. Anybody has in the fridge? Reward in our brain is connected to feeling good, satisfaction, and pleasure. And it has to be within 30 to 40 seconds. So now imagine our operating system is just like that. Oh, it's 11 o'clock and I just finished work. Maybe I'm driving home, maybe not. I can't make another decision what to cook. I don't have time to cook. Where's the fast food? It's easy, it's fast, it's convenient. I don't have to make another decision. So what I'm suggesting for us is to upgrade the operating system by, there's step number 3, action. Cue, reaction, and reward is not going to be in general upgraded, but what we can do is to act on the step 3. I love this quote by Abraham Hicks. They say, let your alignment with well-being be the first and foremost, and let everything else to be secondary. And not only will you have an internally joyous journey, but everything you have ever imagined will flow effortlessly in your experience. There is nothing else you cannot be or do or have, but your dominant intent is to be joyful. That's the reward, by the way. The doing and the having will come into alignment once you get that down. You like that? At least I do. How do we do that? Thank you, Abraham Hicks. I'll look again at the 3 phases of habit formation. Foundation. What is it I'm doing already right now? What can I upgrade one tiny step at the time? Then I start doing that action, and I'll show you as much as I can how to build the momentum. And then momentum is moving us towards the mastery. And the mastery, it's actually what our habits are. It's our second nature. It's what we do. Think of, I like an example of water pump. When you start prime or just moving the water pump, nothing is really happening. That's the foundation. It's where most of us give up. Oh man, it doesn't work. But then once you start keep pumping, it picks up the momentum. Have anybody done the water pump? And the momentum is like bubbling, right? And that's where you start noticing the results. The reward is so much easier. The positive habit loop has started forming. Do not give up at that moment or not even loosen the pumping. You need to keep pumping. The momentum is coming to the mastery. And the mastery is the water is going out. You don't lose it. You don't lose the pumping action, but you just kind of ease off. You don't have to put so much effort. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's really knowing the habit formation process makes to me so much easier. The second challenge I chose and I hear the most, okay, I don't eat as healthy as I should. Anybody? I think that's what we had in the chat. But here's the key, my friends. The key is actually laying in the question itself. What should I eat? Actually, not eat. In our society, we offer so many solutions of what and how much, but what we forget to focus is the foundational habits. Back again to operating system. The non-voluntary nervous system, which is referred to autonomic nervous system, has two branches. Sympathetic, that's your flight and fight response. Someone raised the voice. Someone is unhappy. It's the same thing as in our ancestries. We gave an example. The lion is chasing you. Your body pushes the blood into your brain, your limbs, and you're running. That's the same stress response as we have right now in our modern stressors. Parasympathetic is relax and digest. So think about when we eat at warp speed way, we're multitasking, taking phone calls, looking at the computer, watching TV. I'm not guilty on Friday night. No, I'm not. Or chewing so fast, I have a meeting in 5 minutes. Our body is consuming food under stress. So again, think about when we are consuming food under stress, where does the blood flow goes? I did not say in the stomach. So that's where we actually tend to store the belly fat. So the way to focus on, I'm going to loosely say healthy eating, is not really to focus on what we eat, but rather to focus on who we're being and how we're eating. Just take time and breathe. I call it fooditation. Meditate on the food. Use your senses. Calms your nervous system down, raises your metabolism, better digestion. You relax your body, mental focus, portion control. You actually eat less because you chew also longer. And generally, you start enjoying food so much more and feeling happier. Okay, how are we feeling so far? Okay, moving forward. Don't have time, Nadia. I know what you're thinking. Just everyone is busy. You might even suspect she's gonna say no one has time. Well, yeah, everyone is busy. Remember, it's a norm, it's expected. How are you? Busy. But the truth is, again, we all have 24 hours, right? So what if we look at not having time, but honestly, we're all here in money, right? Investing the time. Let me rephrase it. Planning to invest. When you have a conversation with potential client, what are you going to do? You're going to actually plan to invest and then do that and actually put it on automation at some point. That's what we are developing in terms of habits. So the best way to look at it is not to look at how I manage my time. I'm going to look at how I self-manage in the time we already have. And again, I'm turning into how do I upgrade my operating system? Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you haven't read the book by Greg McKeown, I never say his last name correctly, Essentialism, really good book. He nails into take care of yourself, everything else follows after, follows into your wellness vortex. The best asset we have to make a contribution in the world is ourselves. If we underinvest in ourselves, minds, bodies, spirits, we damage the very tool we need to make the highest contribution. Think about it. When you're about to sit down with potential client or a client already, and if I feel starving, I'm getting there. Woohoo. Or if I feel stressed from something just happened and I'm not fully present, how much positive contribution can I have for my client? Let's start with ourselves. So reminding us is like feeling the maintaining the vehicle, checking what's not working to make sure that the vehicle is fully functioning. The vehicle, I'm talking about my body through the positive mindset, through mindful nutrition and conscious fitness. And by the way, I say conscious fitness, it doesn't mean go work out 3 days a week. If I haven't done it for 5 years or 10 years or even a year, it's the wrong place to start. Just move more is good enough. Baby steps. Okay, now let's pick up. Are we doing good? The final sprint. Okay, so we're on the final sprint. Remember, it's the momentum. You started running. How do I keep the momentum going? So it's the like the water is pumping, you're feeling the bubbles. So how do I strengthen that positive habit loop? I'm going to teach you, I believe I have 4 tools. There are more since we have 10 life principles to keep the momentum with tools within each one, but I thought these 4 would be the best. So number 1, replace judgment with curiosity. Please be graceful, be gracious to yourself. If I didn't work out yesterday, just put the curiosity glasses on you and say, well, I didn't work out yesterday. I'll do my better or best tomorrow. With that said, baby steps. I love the habit chain option. For example, if I didn't work out, I haven't worked out for 3 years. I just don't even know where to start. Think of a habit change. Adjust the new habit to a habit that you're already doing. Okay, I'm going to give an example I usually give because it's the simplest. Everybody uses the bathroom, right? Sorry, but that's the nature thing. Nature calls. After you use the bathroom, do 2 push-ups. Push-ups, new habit. Bathroom is existing habit. Habit chain, link them. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to reward yourself. Remember the step number 4, reward will be, good job, Nadia, or give yourself high five. 30 to 40 seconds, we have the window to have that positive loop. Self-care is non-negotiable. Methods of implementations are flexible. Menu of options, it's like you're looking at the menu, you see desserts or entrees. There's not just one. One is I need to move more. That's the entree. Then you have options, pit stops on top of an hour, go for a walk, park far away from the store, microwave circles, 30 seconds in the microwave, go around the kitchen aisle. That's my favorite. There are many of options how to move more. And the positive sandwich, I love this one. When you know you just can't put anything else on your plate or need to remove something, use positive sandwich when you're requested of you that you want to say no to. Steve, thank you for the invitations to a birthday party. I know there will be a lot of wine and alcohol in there. Can't make it, but I really appreciate your invitation. Positive sandwich means start by thanking, say no, please don't explain, and thank them. Great for boundaries. How we do one thing is how we do everything. So again, imagine being intentional, producing energy and positivity and clear, whichever intention that you want to feel in your physical body, in your emotions, and your mental ability, generate it by eating proper nutrition, by moving accordingly. And then that energy, that's when I talk about the ripple effect. You will start notice you accomplish more things, you feel more clear, you're more positive with your family, and you're just excited to see your clients versus the other way around. Okay, one of the final slides. How do you feel in terms of confidence that you can take this information? Nah, not sure. So let me share with you how to take this into the immediate implementation. I call it triple X. Ooh, no, triple S. Triple X is one of my favorite movies. Successful support system. It's got two elements. Internal support system. You probably were thinking about certain habits. So let me know in the chat, by the way, if there's a specific habit you kind of think about. Maybe it's the nutrition, maybe it's exercise and more. The internal way, remember planning to invest your time. Open your calendar, either morning or evening. Use those times to plan your time where no one interrupts you. For me, it's actually right before I go to bed. I sit in bed and I open my planner. Then set reminders for yourself. Maybe it's on top of an hour, 2 minutes. The alarm sounds 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Physically move, go to the bathroom, use the bathroom, do 2 push-ups, high five in the mirror, come back. Creating the habit loop. So that's internal. So think which one, what is the habit and what is the tool that Nadia taught us I can take on. Please use the chat or we can do it on Q&A. And the second one is external. And I really want to emphasize that for us because we as well, I'm a wellness coach, but in financial world, it's the same thing. It's incredible when I talk to financial professionals, they look at me and they say, I do exactly the same thing. So do it yourself is great. By the way, statistics say you can succeed about 35%. But when you work with either group or you work one-on-one with someone, your clients succeed so much more. The same thing for our health. So when you tap into the supportive group or someone working with you. So to finish up, that's what we do in our Power Club. And with me, we establish this non-negotiable successful support system with the non-negotiable wellness and 3 pillars of health. So we can navigate life while bumping ourselves into the priority list. So if you like more, feel free to either use that link. In that link, I actually have it into the like a form. You can tell me what you like. I have a free guide to tap into more of those habits. And we can also schedule a conversation if you want to ask more questions, maybe more individual questions. Or you can follow me on social. With that said, I want to bring us back into loving yourself through your daily choices of mindset, nutrition, and fitness. Means loving your business, bringing that energy, vitality, and growing your business, helping your clients, and moreover, helping your world around you and creating the ripple effect on the larger scale. Thank you.
Very good. I know for me, I guess it's a rude awakening to to spend a little bit more time eating healthier because I know I do not. And I am feeling it. So this is kind of a wake-up call. It also reminds me that my intention is to walk a couple of miles every day. And I'm only partially successful, so I have to continue to do that on a regular basis because I know when I do feel better. But then it's always got to get back for another phone call, got to get back for another meeting. It's like, okay, so that's why they have something called Calendly. So you leave time between your meetings, which I'm
Oh my
guilty of
gosh, so
not
good.
doing.
Yes, transition.
So good reminder for me. So thank you.
You know, you're so
Nadia,
right. The Calendly transitional times are the best. When I saw that there is an option, I have 15 minutes. It seems a lot, but I tell you, if somebody is
It's not a lot.
late 3, 5 minutes, and then you need to finish up that conversation, that's 5 to 7 minutes, then I honestly have time for what? Go to the bathroom, have a glass of water. And that's where you can do the push-ups, right?
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, the transition time is incredibly important. And remember, when you go for a walk or you do a little bit of those steps, the reward is huge in
Mhm.
the building that positive habit loop.
Right.
Yeah.
Tom, you were going to say something?
I was just going to ask Nadia, what would be the best way to get in direct touch with you? What would be the best email to use?
The email is, hold on, I was going to say something else. I'm going to put this one. Coaching by Nadia. So it's nadiacoachingbynadia.com. Or you can use that link more with Nadia. There will be also an email from me once you fill the feedback.
Yeah, so just
Okay.
save the chat box, which I think you should be able to do, right?
It's probably true. I just have never saved a chat box. Oh, there it is, saved to chat right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Have no idea where it gets saved to, but that's fine.
I believe it goes to a Zoom folder.
Okay. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's great information. One of the things I really liked about what you said about time is that you can't manage time. Time
Right.
moves whether we try to, corral it or not. It continues like the flow of a river. You can't manage that. So you can redirect the river, but with time, the only thing you can do is plan the time. Like you talked about those incremental minutes in between meetings. You can plan the incremental steps that you want as creating a daily habit to make sure that
Mhm.
you link them, you anchor the two together. If you're going to go to the bathroom, then make sure that you do the push-ups before you leave or right after, whatever that is. But that's an anchoring process. I've been training NLP for about 16 years, and
Okay.
so that's one of the techniques that we use in NLP as well. But the fact is that when you break it down, Nadia, the way that you did, and you talk about mindset first, I think it's critically important because if your mindset isn't set properly, it doesn't matter how many habits that you form. If you're not committed and accountable, then
Mm.
the habits aren't ever
Mhm.
going to be lived up to, right?
Right.
That's the important part. So thank you for that. It reinforces everything that I do with my clients as well as my work. And my graduate degree is in psychology as well.
Ah,
So, it works for me just as easily. I do business strategy coaching, so similar, but wellness is a part of the strategy for the clients.
Right.
But it's one of the pieces, and I find it's a critical piece because if you're not healthy, you don't feel good, then it's like if you have a family, if mom's not happy, nobody's happy. Well, same thing in business. If the
Mhm.
business owner's not happy or feeling well, then nobody's doing well and the business doesn't do well. So all of those tie together with the mindset first.
Nice. Great analogy.
it's interesting. Gives me an example. My kiddo was at 9 years old at that time, maybe younger. She's 17 now. So I was in the kitchen with my running attire, trying to make dinner because that's the dinner time, but I need to go for a run and it's getting dark. So it's about the same time of the year. And my child, like children are so intuitive how we feel. Adults may not say anything, but they still might feel it. But my child comes to me while I'm trying to make the dinner in my running attire. She looks at me. She takes my hand. She walks me to the door. She opens the door and she looks at me again. She points out of the door, says, Mama, go be happy. My
Very
child
good.
knew what needs to happen.
Mhm.
So
Right.
if we have that in mind, in fact, I still have that in mind, like for everything I do. How am I feeling? That's why the first habit I teach is curiosity glasses. Like I got too many glasses in my cup. I'm going to put curiosity glasses and see the world through being curious. How am I feeling? Isn't it interesting that I'm actually hungry and didn't eat before the training? I wonder why. And all this, just being curious actually creates the awareness, intentionality versus judgment.
Mhm.
Oh, you, yeah. Thank you
Nice.
for that.
Very good.
Awesome. Yeah,
Thanks.
that's perfect.
Good stuff.
Cool. Good.
All right. Good stuff. Thank you for a great session. Learned a lot.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
grateful
you.
for your time. Pleasure to meet you. I'll send you an email and we connect.
Okay,
Thank
awesome.
you,
Thank you,
Tom.
Tom. Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks, Tom.